You're right. Touch it. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. This is basic thugonomics. Word life. I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. Word life. This is basic thugonomics. Word life.
In 3, 2, 1, clap.
Huh? Benoit balls.
I still think Kevin Sullivan did it.
I'm Aubrey Edwards. I'm not a wrestler.
Tony's quick sniffs of the week.
No, just my dickhead friends causing concussions and shit. All right, never mind.
There's barbecue sauce. So good, half the face don't work.
With Hogan that close up on the fucking camera reminds me of my racist uncle. I know you ain't listening, but you know who you are, you fucking racist.
Uncle Oh my God, for real, don't tell me that's his name. Oh, no way. I was kidding. I swear to God. I'm scared. It was just the first thing that came to my head. It was the first thing.
Welcome to the Top of Wrestling with your hosts ODM and the Professor.
Does Ric Flair keep shitting himself in your restaurant? If not, you're having a good wrestling day. Welcome back. It's the Professor. It's ODM, and it's the Top of Wrestling podcast. We're here as we are every Wednesday at 12 o'clock, and we appreciate you guys listening as you always do. And this week we got news. We got results from the Night of Champions pay-per-view. P&D,
Play.
Bring it to the table. We got Monday Night Wars with a pay-per-view this week, which is always kind of nice, especially if there's a pay-per-view in real life. And this week's top topic, it always gets weird, but I always equate each one of these to, like, we always said it was like the big four. We do about 3 or 4 of these a year. So this is like a WrestleMania to me. So this is WrestleMania 9, but it's non-wrestling 9. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll probably end up crying. Who knows? We'll get our feelings out. ODM, how are you today?
Oh, I'm just doing fucking fantastic. Yeah, it's kind of ironic that you're comparing a segment where we don't talk about wrestling to a wrestling pay-per-view.
It is. I know, but I always look at it as our big four is what I was saying, you know. Like,
no, absolutely. No, I understand. I got you. And I'm on par with that. Yes, absolutely.
So if we have any graphic designers out there that want to make a logo for us that's like WrestleMania 9, but it's also non-wrestling 9, please feel free.
More than the Microsoft Paint art that we typically do.
I do like Paint. That's some old school shit. That's how I used to make.
Hey man,
literally
it works.
Every one of my fucking flyers when I was starting with gigs, I was like, all right, we got to expand this. But then my dumb ass would touch something. I'm like, God damn it! I just erased half my face by accident. Anyway, wrestling wise, man. So I know that this past weekend we did have Night of Champions. We're going to talk about that first with some news. I'm sure you've seen a lot of the clips. It's pretty funny. The Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes sitting in front of it feels like this was completely sponsored by Wheatley Whiskey, or whatever that is, like, because it was just them drinking it there, unless that's all Cody drinks, which is really...
I think Cody sponsors it.
I know he sponsors it, but is that all he drinks?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, pretty lame, huh?
A couple of funny clips, though, from it. One of my favorites was Matt Cardona. They talked about Matt Cardona, and he goes, this guy calls himself the indie guy, but at every chance, he's like, I should be back in the WWE. I could main event this and that. Kevin's hysterical in this. Then he starts talking about, he's like, Braun Breaker should be arrested for the amount of tanner that he uses on his body. He goes, he doesn't look that color. It's funny because it's almost just borderline. He's like, that's not what the color you look like, when he was kind of saying it. I was like, hey, he's Canadian. It's okay. You can
well, the line that he used was something like, he's like, you look like you have so much on that it could rub off on somebody, and all I could think of is the Young Bucks.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was the pay-per-view. Was it a pay-per-view, I think? And he, like you know, they kind of, like, you know, put their heads together, like, hyping each other up, and it wore off, I think, on Hangman.
Oh, my God, you're right. But then also, MJF, too, he's been really bad with it. A lot of people are just.
Yeah, wow.
And I hate to say, like, it's what you look like. Look at Sheamus. Bro's got no shame. He looks like uncooked chicken. Let it be.
Uncooked chicken. All right.
Pretty close. But then the other part is that I think he said his name, but then... All right, so there's a part where he said some people believe their own bullshit until they go on the indies and no one wants them. And it began with an R. There's no goddamn way within one word when he said Ryback. It sounded like Ryback. It looked like he said Ryback. But they put like the American Nightmare logo over Kevin Owens' mouth as he says it. But you hear him say like that, but it's only one word. So, well, unless he said Ricochet.
Could be. I mean, it depends. Oh, okay. You're talking about and they believe they're bullshit. I mean, it could be either one of them. 100%.
So Ryback snapped back real fucking quick and started talking shit on Twitter. And then, but then later said, no, I confirmed it's not who they were talking about or whatever. But here's my thing. One of the biggest parts they said was they went out and asked for a ridiculous amount of money and they didn't get it. And that's where I take out Ricochet. Like they were getting some at a couple of signings and then people just stopped caring. So they weren't paying that amount of money for, let's just say, in any indie show. They're like, hey, we have Ryback coming. They have to guarantee Ryback a certain amount of money. Whether the rest of the roster even eats that night, they have to still make sure Ryback gets his ridiculous amount of money. And that is what happened with him. I still think it was Ryback that he was talking about. So if you haven't checked it out, watch it. Tell me if I'm wrong. Sounds like it was Ryback.
He deserves every bit of it.
I fucking hate Ryback. I watched it's a great video of CM Punk doing the Colt Cabana podcast where he talks about how Ryback, he's like, are you fucking dumb or you're doing this on purpose? You have to say it's one of them.
Right.
And he goes, and he dumped me. He goes, he was supposed to hit me on a table, and you watch it. He misses the table, and he lands on straight concrete in the arena because it was over near the entranceway. He was a fucking dangerous wrestler. He wanted to be the next...
He was Goldberg 2.0. Yeah, Jinx. There you go.
I mean, we used to call him that, too, back then, even when Ryback was on. I was like, oh, he's fucking Goldberg. So, an interesting little crossover, if you will, but also they have no one else to really work with, I guess. MJF showed up in MLW, which is interesting because he used to be in MLW, and it was him continuing his feud with Mystico, Sin Cara, whatever. I'm not sure if they're looking to do this match at All In Texas or whatever the case is. Mystico, I think, won by DQ in their match that they had in Mexico a couple of weeks back on Dynamite. It's the one where you've seen probably the video where MJF just thrusts his dick right over his face.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like, that's MJF. That's what I see nowadays. He's, God damn,
unfortunately,
I hoped for him.
Exactly, and the thing was, he was always heralded as somebody like an old school wrestler.
Yeah.
Like he didn't do crazy shit,
Now he just does dumb storylines because, well, Tony. So, so he showed up. That was at the MLW Summer of the Beast. But also on that show, Matt Riddle retained the World Championship against Kenta. All this is free on YouTube, by the way. They actually put the whole thing out on YouTube. They don't normally do this for MLW. I think they were trying to push the event. I actually follow their channel, especially once we got started here. I'm like, because MLW was actually pretty big when we got started. So when Jacob Fatu was in there against like Alexander Hammerstone all the time. So
Hammerstone, we were in Cornette was working for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I still pay attention. They put this whole pay-per-view out, and the one thing that killed me the most was that we have new MLW Tag Team Champions. Former Baron Corbin, Tom Pestock, and Dijak. And they are called the Skyscrapers.
Sounds familiar.
Come on, man. I mean, you could not have just changed anything up. Like, you couldn't have found a different name.
So which one's Spivey?
Dijak. I hate to say that Corbin's more of the taker scenario in this, but he's a more solid worker.
Well,
than
Sid.
Dijak.
Or Sid, yeah.
Yes. Well, wait, no. What was
It
wasn't
was
Taker
Sid and
part of
Spivey.
Skyscrapers at one point too?
Only when Sid got injured.
Oh, that's right. Okay, thank you. Anyway, it's MLW, but still, the Skyscrapers. Anyway.
Yeah, way to go.
This past weekend, Zack Sabre Jr. regained the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from Hiroki Goto at it was a New Japan show that was based around Tanahashi, who's still in his retirement tour as well over there. So
Right.
they're kind of playing hot potato with the World Championship over there, testing shit out. The fact that it's back on Zack Sabre Jr., that's a good solid heel, makes me wonder who's going against him at Wrestle Kingdom. Because that's obviously the
Right.
main goal, right? Is who's holding it.
Yeah, that's what you're booking towards.
Did you see Brian Alvarez, his little rants about, I have someone who's inside WWE, and they said, how come you don't how come none of our talent is ever on your show? And he said, because you're not allowed to. Like, you guys are basically, like, we've been told we're not allowed to have anybody from AEW, we're willing to do. Well, and Brian Alvarez is with Wrestling Observer, right?
Yeah, he does his own show with another guy, but then he does the Observer with Meltzer. And I do like Alvarez because he'll straight out call out Meltzer's bullshit.
Yes.
It's the only reason I'll listen to it.
But also, because of who it's associated with. And they're like, WWE
Right.
just doesn't allow people to go do those types of interviews. I'm like, Chris Van Vliet? I'm like,
Yeah, right?
solid
ton
there.
of them.
I mean, I really haven't seen a whole, actually, the more I think about it, I haven't seen a whole lot of AEW people really involved. I feel like WWE is keeping CVV underpaid.
There were a few. I definitely saw a few AEW people on there when I was scrolling through the episode list.
Oh, that's true. There has been some release people, too, like the Cora Jade chick or whatever. Was she now something black?
OnlyFans. I don't know.
Touche.
That's all you need to know.
Touche. O'Shea Jackson. O'Shea Jackson Jr. Thank you. It was a bad transition, but I tried to see where I can go with that.
Boo.
So that's obviously Ice Cube's son. I like his take on wrestling. I like listening to him talk.
Yeah, we've talked about him a few times.
Yeah, and he said, he put a tweet out and it made sense. So, and we're going to talk about it with what happened at Night of Champions, but this isn't a major spoiler. Sammy gets the arm count when it came to being put in the sleeper hold.
Sleeper,
Carrying
right?
Cross. You know, the 1, 2, but the ref just looks at Jay and called it, and that's how he drops his world championship. And it's like, you were able to tell someone was knocked out. You look at Sammy, he looked knocked out. You look at Jay, he looked knocked out. But one guy gets the arm count, one doesn't. I'm kind of the same way. I was always a big fan of, in WWF, that the 3-arm count, no matter what, especially in a sleeper hold.
Yep.
I don't like when the ref just looks and goes, yeah, Jay's out.
Yeah, okay, so, all right, so a couple things. One.
It's continuity. That's the wording we're going for here.
No, absolutely. For the Sammy reference, I don't know what match he's referencing, but...
Night of Champions.
Okay, so he didn't. Sammy didn't lose.
He was just saying, like, why does this dude
But I
get
think
3 arm drops?
But I think that's the difference, though. Is I understand your consistency argument, but look at it this way, right? Because the idea is Sammy, it's a hope spot, right? So you tease the 2, and then on the 3rd, he gets his arm back up and he fights out of it, and the match goes on. End of the match, it's just ding, 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 call it. Me personally,
yeah, but it's also a big. Hang on, it's also a big point though when they go 1, 2, they drop it, and that 3rd drops down. They're like, "Fuck, he's out! Oh my god!" Like that was more of the anticipation, I think.
Yeah, me personally, I understand it back in the day. I'm with you back in the day. I loved because it fit the times. Now, I think the way that they should do it is just 1 arm drop. It's going to be hard to do because everybody's used to the 3, but it should just be like a UFC fight. You know, like,
Oh, God,
you know,
I
the
feel
ref.
like I feel like in NXT or maybe even in AEW they have done a one-arm drop. I feel like I have seen that before.
Right. It's the ref just checking, like, this motherfucker's out, call it. Right? I mean,
Right.
that's the way it should be to me. That's just my opinion.
Just a good conversation. I kind of like this.
Absolutely.
One. And he brought that up because it's which do you prefer and does it matter? But it does, again, when you're looking at it in the match, and it's like for someone to continue. Maybe if it's you're not your finish, and it's for someone to continue on, like you're saying, right? It's that hope
right,
spot.
and honestly, I feel like lately the only time they do the arm count is when it's a hope spot and they're going to fight out of it.
Okay.
Because typically for the finishes, I don't think they've been doing that. I think they just call it.
What are your opinions out there? I like that. Okay, good shit. So before we talk about Night of Champions, I actually am going to skip back to just the day before and go a little bit different out of order here. With SmackDown, okay, first, did Punk push the kid?
Dude, no.
No.
It was, to me, it was a gentle, hand on the shoulder. Here, just make sure you stay out of our way, kind of thing.
I think the security guard is what did more of the pushing than Punk did. The guy that was right there next to him. But there's this one part of me. It's like, he's like, it's my first time here. I'm not taking chances with anybody. I don't know what's in your hand, kid.
He actually just put his hand on his shoulder to make sure he wasn't wearing a vest underneath.
I had so many.
Never mind.
I felt bad about that fucking one thing I sent to you.
When you're playing video games with your friend from Iran.
Yeah, and you're hearing the guns, and it was Madden. All right, so they did have on SmackDown the feed cut out during the middle of it, during Cody and Orton. But also, Guy Ulia, she won the championship from Zelina Vega, which I'm happy for, and everybody's like, oh, Zelina Vega really hasn't had a whole lot of chances. She's only had like 5-minute matches. I'm like, she can't hold those.
Because she sucks.
Thank you.
She sucks.
Now, I'm going to go back and take a step back within the news here. So earlier in the day, before SmackDown, at the Night of Champions kickoff, CM Punk comes out. And we've all heard, we've seen the apology to Muhammad, the one fan, and the rest of Saudi Arabia. Was it a plant? I'm asking you.
Probably. It's PR.
Okay.
It's PR.
And, okay, so what's funny is that Dave Meltzer was the first one to be like, that was a plant, guys. And if you read his tweet or how he, whatever, not his tweet, like how when you have like a guy there in the front row that just happens to ask, the question, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't even read this. It's actually hurting my head. And at the point of actually finishing what Meltzer wrote, I go, good for WWE if it was a plan.
Right.
But I actually think this. Okay. Was it a plant? Likely, because how was Punk hearing that one guy over everyone else? This one guy just happens to be screaming enough, we need an apology. Fine. However, I think that it was not necessarily, it is PR, I guess we'll call it that.
Yeah.
But I think it was just overall a good move because Punk did have a foot in mouth fucking scenario, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, saying that I woke up crabby and it was more at the Miz than Saudi Arabia. I was like, 50-50. You called him the fucking dork, but, the blood covered or the blood money covered dick is a different story.
Yeah.
So I think it was partial ownership, and I don't want to say that it was necessarily partial ownership on I think it was maybe, I can't say it was Punk's idea, but I think it was maybe he's like, well, if I'm going to go there, I at least got to fucking say something because people are going to remember that shit. And if he didn't catch it, he got booed the moment he came out. Like, they were not happy to see him there. Saved face.
Yeah.
But then everybody completely forgot about his tweet from 6 years ago to The Miz when he came out with Punk Life on SmackDown, my fucking jaw dropped.
Amazing.
So, K-Fair pal, you already know my knee has been fucked. I'm going to an actual ortho doctor tomorrow, getting seeing what the plan is. I can't do a whole lot of walking. I'm sitting around a lot, so I could watch SmackDown. I could watch Night of Champions live in the middle of fucking Saturday. Sadly,
yeah.
It's like I thought it started at 12. I go, here we go. And I get ready, and it says it's still another hour at the kickoff. And I go, oh, it starts at
God
1.
damn it.
And I go, I wasn't doing nothing the extra hour anyway. That's fine. So, but SmackDown, Punk comes out. As soon as I heard the Thugonomics song, I didn't think to myself, Punk is coming out dressed like him, okay? But I was like, oh, this is going to get good. Like, just hearing the song itself. Funny enough, this isn't the first time Punk has done something like this. He, don't forget, he was, what's his name? Jeff Hardy. When Jeff
Oh,
Hardy,
that's right.
Anyway, so overall, not bad. Because that's a lot to remember. Look, if you want to put a promo together in your head, you're like, I'm going to touch on this and this and this and this. I don't remember last time Punk ever had to do a whole rhyming scenario for his promos. I also did watch him do the alphabet backwards one time in 2012 as Chris Jericho tested his sobriety. So I mean, the guy is versatile. I thought it was pretty fucking well done and a perfect timed, because it was exactly 1 year to the pipe bomb. Or not, I'm sorry, 14 years to the pipe bomb. But also just a week after the stolen pipe bomb. I mean, it was the ultimate fucking receipt, I think, to be honest with you. I thought it was tremendous.
You want to steal my gimmick? I'll steal your gimmick.
What'd you think overall? Did you get to see it live?
No, I didn't see it live. No, I did see the clips though, man. But it was outstanding. He nailed it. Yeah, no, it was great. It was, like you said, it was the perfect retort. You know,
I'd be better if this place hired my ex. It's funny because I'm like, Punk, you have like 1,000 of those here. I mean, like, you fucked Edge's now wife, you fucked Lita, you fucked Mickey James, you fucked. I mean, he ran through them all. Good for him, by the way.
chick magnet.
Chick magnet. Overall, I think it was, I again, just perfect for their feud, and it made me excited for Night of Champions. So, let's talk about Night of Champions here. Man, I will say the arena, the crowd was fucking hot from the beginning. We can say what we want about Blood Money, blah, 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 okay? These guys treat this show like it's their WrestleMania. The giant stage of a Titantron that it was kind of impressive. They sang word for word Randy Orton's theme. And then Cody Rhodes' theme. I mean, like, parts I was like, what are you guys singing? I need to know what you guys are singing, because I don't know what that is. Something, something, Cody Rhodes.
There you go. I don't even know the fucking lyrics.
I always think my favorite part, and I just make myself laugh, is the my mama said when I was younger, don't comb your hair that way. Yay! I don't think it's the words. So anyway, Cody and Randy actually put on a pretty decent show, I think, overall. With, given both of their history, their longevity, Orton definitely played to the heel side of it quite a bit, which was good. But it caught up to him, and it was the reason he lost. We all knew Cody was going to win this thing. We all fucking knew. But I am seeing some predictions, we'll say online of other people, not mine. But it is
da 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 da.
Johnny the Bull. But what if Orton costs Cody the match at SummerSlam against Cena? making him that major heel turn. And now, while I don't like it necessarily, when Cody does eventually win that championship, it could be a pretty decent feud with both of them. Unless Cody wins it right there and they turn. I don't know. I still think.
I feel like
holding it all the way to the end.
Yeah, I think that's probably. Yeah, I think Cena will hold it longer, and it just seems like getting Orton involved in that just kind of waters it down. Now you got too much going on. You know what I mean?
Yep. Rhea Ripley defeated Raquel Rodriguez Gonzalez in a street fight. It's funny because obviously you have to wear something from the neck down, and I'm sure you've seen the multiple pictures of the next Royal Rumble, which is in Saudi Arabia. And it's like every chick, it was like all the Power Rangers, all of them in like the ring at one time. It's like your next Women's Rumble, and I was like, it's not funny, but it kind of
not far off, but
Jesus, guys could be in their fucking underwear, but the girls can anyway. Not my country. It is Sami Zayn's country because
not really.
He came in as if he lived there. Obviously, this is his like third stint there in a row. Comes out in the full traditional garb, the gear, everything, and crowd fucking loves him, which sucks because I was like, they're not going to let Sammy lose here. But Karrion Kross was over like a son of a bitch in Saudi. You could see it on SmackDown in the pre-show that they did, as well as the kickoff. And this, I mean, God damn it, I hope this is an eye-opener. I mean, like, I hate to say this. Thank you, Dom, for getting hurt. And I hate to say that I don't want anybody to get injured, but thank you for not being able to perform at least this past Saturday, because you at least got to show that Karrion Kross can go in there and take a bump, you motherfuckers. Because
I know
who said, "Oh, it's because he can't take a bump." He wouldn't have a job if he couldn't take a bump. And do you know? And if you didn't. I know you didn't get to see this live. Again, I'd have no knee or I have no knee or life. But one of the very first things that happens, he does a couple of like headlocks and some punches. When Sammy threw him out of the ring, man, did Kross purposely bump on his back hard on the outside. Like, he bounced twice on his back, and I go, that was the biggest fuck you to everybody right there. I knew it's 100% why he did it. And so, and I was watching it, and my wife happened to come in during this. And I go, and she goes, I was really into this match, and I told her, I just want to see if this guy is taking bumps, because people are talking shit online. I just want to see if it's bullshit or whatever, because I think it was Sean Ross Sapp, the 88th, whatever his fucking name is. He was one of the people that said, oh, he's not taking bumps, and that's kind of the reason he's not getting a push. And then they go, and this guy breaks baseball bats. My wife goes, well, that's a bit fucking exaggeration. I go, it's not. He doesn't. And she goes, bullshit. And I go, would you like to see him break 3? And I showed her the video. She goes, I mean, he's using his legs. Because he goes, he breaks them with his arms. It was Wade Barrett. And she goes, he said it was with his arms. I go, arms, legs, I don't give a fuck. I go, he didn't use a fucking saw. Like,
right.
If I hit it against a tree 100 times, I don't think it would break.
Yeah. And, and the first time I saw that, somebody tweeting that, it was ridiculous, because the first thing I thought about wasn't it Hammerstone he had that match with?
Yeah. Where he did that real ridiculous bump that I sent you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Anyway, so unfortunately, Karrion Kross lost, but man, he looked like $1 million. If you just watched his facial expressions, everything, I'm like, they got to capitalize on him, and I hope they do.
Yeah, seriously.
The Queen of the Ring finals was a very fucking fast match. It was 10 minutes. Jade Cargill defeated Asuka. What I hate about this is, I know I put the picture up here for you, man. I don't know. Cargill scared the shit out of me with what she looked like.
I love it. Yeah, it's Storm from the X-Men.
Oh, that's why I don't give a shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sorry.
Looks good.
But then once the makeup started running down her face, it got scary looking.
Looked like the Joker.
Worse, dude. But then the pin, because Jade likes to do that thing where she leans all the way back and likes to lick from her fucking wrist all the way up to the fucking thumb.
Right.
She went to do that and went so far that they didn't. Luckily, the version that everyone got to see live was the correct shoulder being down. However, there is no goddamn way that Asuka's left shoulder was down. It had to be up at least 4 inches from the fucking ground with how Cargill had her body pulled.
So, I'm pretty sure it was because on last week's Raw, Cargill had the match against... Who did she face? Anyway, it was on Raw.
The little chick that's trying to get with Dom.
Roxanne Perez.
Yes.
So, and that was on Raw, correct?
I believe
Pretty
so.
sure it was on Raw. Okay. And I'm at Wheezy's watching it. Whiskey Man was there, I think. And I'm watching, and Cargill, I think, was about to get pinned. And I go, pretty sure one of her nuts just popped out.
Nuts.
Now here's the fucked up thing. 2 seconds after my brain processed the image and what I just saw, Wheezy goes, "Holy shit, one of her nuts just popped out." Bro, I guarantee you her cock or something came popping out.
Wait, are you guys fucking with me?
Nope. No joke. This is not a joke. This is not a drill.
This is not a drill. Jesus Christ, that's...
She really wears underwear with a dick hole in them.
All right, I did not realize that's where you were going to go with this. So then you had the U.S. title match. All right, the U.S. title match. No one had Jacob Fatu losing the title to Solo. I did say it was a possibility last week. I go, what if he wins? Because
to
then
move
Jacob
him on,
could
yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
But this was all to bring back. First, as soon as I saw Tonga Loa, I go, oh, here we go. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he botched anything in this that I saw. And then you had Hikuleo make his debut, which
Hikuleo.
he looks good. It's funny to me because I think they were going to call him Tala Tonga there live on the show. But I think Michael Cole said, he goes, Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa's brother. And I go, I think he was about to say Tala Tonga and then stopped because he said Tama Tonga and then came to a dead stop. He's like, brother.
Yeah.
And it was on the post show is when they said his name is Tala Tonga.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
He's the taller of the Tongas.
The taller Tonga.
It does bother me, though, that if you have Tonga Loa, Tala Tonga, and Tama Tonga. So, Tonga Loa, you're actually not a Tonga. You're a Loa.
Boo?
No, it's not boo. Go boo your fucking mother. I'm saying that there's fucking...
Hold on, let me call my mom real quick.
And the guy botched his own name. He's Tonga Loa. He's not actually...
Well, that's it. That's why his name. That's why that's his name, because he's the one that always botches. Can't even get his fucking name right. Did you see? I like when he grabbed Jacob Fatu and he's like, "You had everything. You had everything." Before he chokeslammed him, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. WWE Championship match. John Cena defeats CM Punk. I'm a very big fan, by the way, of watching Cena's entrance. I like when his name is being said. He puts the championship right over his face. You can't see his face. It's just the championship. This match, I would have loved if Cena just went the cheating route and won, because I thought that's what was going to happen.
Yeah, but I hate that. He already did it with R-Truth, and now he's done it with Punk. He's got to stop doing that shit.
It's heel. That's what he's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to piss you off.
No, it's just lame. No.
No.
Yeah, don't do this. Should I use it? Should I use it? Should I use it? Yeah, use it. You're a fucking heel.
Oh, okay. The contemplating. Yes, 100%. I agree. It's like, should I not? But I think he's also fucking with people too, because just like with the hug to Punk, he gave the same look he gave when he hugged Cody Rhodes. Now, this thing got way too fucking convoluted by bringing in Rollins and Bronson. And I don't know. I wasn't really a fan of how it became a fucking 1999 Raw or Nitro episode.
Yeah.
You know, it was just too many
Finished
people getting
Raw.
involved. And I will say, so Braun Breaker and then Sami Zayn comes down, who was there earlier in the night. And I was like, what would be phenomenal right now is if, because Sami Zayn just came out, is if Cross just got himself put into this picture, like just in the main event for one night.
Yeah.
Have him go back after Sammy. But no. They brought out Penta Hardy.
Yes.
Dude, Cena and Punk are getting the shit kicked out of them by Seth Bronson. And they by the way, I did see a great fucking quote the other day. This guy has so many names. He's the revolutionary, the visionary, the asshole, all this shit. You can't name your group, but you have all these names for yourself that you rattle off every week.
Seems to track, though.
But Penta does a boom, doom, 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 like the nice little chill walking down to the ring, and Cena and everybody's getting their ass kicked to the point that Braun Breaker's like, I'll go up to the top of the ramp and go see him, I guess. Fuck, like it was the Jeff Hardy thing.
It was 100% the Jeff Hardy thing.
Oh my god, and I'll never forget being there live for that. Funny thing is, while we were there, we didn't give a fuck. We were all just dancing with him. We're like, yeah, fuck your brother. Let him get his ass kicked. So I think Night of Champions honestly was a decent show overall. I mean, the women's matches were what they were, but I think everything else delivered. Sammy and Cross was unexpectedly very well, I think, for most people who weren't expecting it to be, even, well, obviously it wasn't even going to be on the card. But I think that even I thought Cody and Randy actually was a pretty decent match overall, surprisingly. Tonight is AEW Dynamite 300.
Outstanding.
The main event is a match you've seen 300 times. It's Kazuchika Okada and Kota Ibushi. Except this is them underwater compared to what they used to be in New Japan.
Yeah,
I won't
seriously.
even bother watching this thing. Maybe, you know what? Fuck that. I think I'm going to watch it. I'm going to take a sip of my drink every time that they botch.
Oh, God. You'll be shit-faced in 5 minutes, probably.
I didn't say what I was sipping.
Well, fair enough. What else would it be?
Absinthe.
Scissor. Lean.
I really do like some good, what is that? Some good cough syrup.
There you go. Put some tussin on it.
Some tussin. All right, let's go to the table.
Just bring it, bitch! Oh my God!
I have another fucking bug bite. I tell you something, man. Being on the West Coast a lot over the last summers, there's not mosquitoes over there. I'm fucking dying over here, man. I'm like, I must look like I'm jonesing to you because I've been itching this one spot for like the last 10 minutes. Just got to get it fixed, man. Anyway, that's not what I'm bringing to the table.
I was going to say, that's an interesting one, but okay.
Yeah, no. What I am bringing to the table is, hey, man, we fixed it, motherfucker. We fixed it. We figured it out. It was on me, but we figured it out. Who would have thought buying new equipment would actually throw things off?
Well, within a month, I'm probably going to end up getting the same mic you have, and then we'll revert to that, and then we should really be good to go.
I hope we're off by like 4 hours. Anyway. What is your table bringing this week?
Table bringing? This week was a stretch, but, obviously you and I doom scroll a lot on social media just to see what we can spot for news and wrestling and stuff like that. And
sure.
Lately I have been, and we might have blown up these guys' spot before in the past. I honestly don't remember, but Sportskeeda, for those of you listening, If you ever see a story or a headline from Sportskeeda, skip it. They are clickbaity bullshit. You know, they're one of the ones that say, we wish the best to, you know, Cody Rhodes. And then it's just saying, oh, it's Cody Rhodes' birthday. But they make it seem like he fucking Brandy died or some shit. You know what I mean?
I know what you're talking about. I just saw the same thing, one like that for Otis, and it's like really bad news for Otis.
Yes.
Taken off the roster, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, he's hurt. Yeah. He's just hurt.
See, he's a fucking elbow injury, motherfucker.
Yeah, they're gone. And listen, I won't click on him because, you know, it's to the point where, you know, sometimes you get got. Right? Sometimes you get got. You see something, and you'll repeat it to your friend, and they'll be like, no, actually, that's not true. You'll be like, oh, actually, that's true. I didn't read the article, right? A lot of people are guilty of that. You just read the headline, you don't read the article, right? Yeah, don't just, if you see their headline, assume it's full of shit or clickbaity. They're terrible. Don't give them the time of the day. Just go see Johnny the Bull. He'll tell you what's going on.
We need to start a new segment. From Sportskeeda this week, all of our condolences to the following people. We don't know why.
Okay, our kayfabenews.com segment.
Oh my God, I'll never forget when
Remember Nightwing?
Nightwing sent us an actual kayfabenews.com article. I mean, the name of the fucking article enough should tell you this. It's like, know your source, but kayfabenews.com. And it was, oh my God, I don't remember what it was, but it could have been like to the equivalent of Mae Young's son, The Hand, about to make his debut. like something horrible. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, it's terrible.
Speaking of horrible looking kids, did you see what Nicholas looks like right now? He looks like he ate Nicholas. Oh, it's a gone, forgotten tag team. Notice I didn't say gone, but not forgotten. It's a gone and forgotten tag team.
Yes, hopefully forgotten until you brought it up.
I'll do that weekly now. Well, I think we're done with David Arquette, right? I mean, he's done in WCW, right? Does he have one more?
I think he's making a return briefly.
Jesus. Well, let's go to the night before. Oh, wow, it actually ends up being on the same date. Let's go to the 4th of July version episodes of Raw and Nitro. Monday Night Wars! I was mistaken. It was the day before. It's July 3rd, which is... Yeah, anyway, I was wrong on saying it was the same as today. It's not. But guess what? It is the Monday Night Wars. It is Monday Night Raw. It is WCW Nitro. And the funny thing is if you watched Raw 3 years ago, maybe 4, oh, this was a tape show and they phoned that shit in. But not when you're face-to-face with Nitro and you're finally killing them. So they're finally, you know, fighting the right way. Which is funny that how things change. Raw this past week was shifted up a couple hours early so that they could record that and SmackDown so everybody could have 4th of July off. Back in my day, you'd work every goddamn day, sir. Actually, no, I went to a SmackDown. It was the 4th of July episode that it aired on 4th of July, but we went it was a Tuesday before.
Oh, okay.
That's where Zach Gowen actually was in the main event. Him and his one leg.
Well then, no one-legged men.
Times.
Yes, yeah, they were times. That's for sure. What a time to be a time. All right. Let's get moving here. July 3rd, 2000. Raw's emanating from Orlando, Florida. Triple H is walking in the back with Stephanie. Triple H is all pissed off, tells Steph, you didn't need to let Jericho kiss you. Triple H sees Foley, says he wants a title shot, and he wants to kick Jericho's ass. Foley says, well, you're going to have to save that match against Jericho for the pay-per-view, and you blew your shot at the number 1 contendership, but I'll give you an IC title shot tonight. And our opening match is Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Benoit for the European title.
I was excited when I saw this one.
Me too. Some matches you just watched. Eddie over as hell. The match was solid for a TV match. It didn't get too convoluted. Benoit grabs the title to use it as a weapon, but China grabs it from him, slaps him. It's a DQ. Eddie retains. Benoit takes like a blind backwards bump into China, hits a title shot to Eddie, and puts China in the crippler.
I'm not going to call this a prediction, but I'm pretty sure right around now we're about to get a pretty big push for Chris Benoit to be in the main event picture. Like within the next month or so here.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. I know we definitely, we're getting towards Angle, the same thing with Kurt Angle. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Back from break, China's being tended to by the paramedics while Eddie flips out. Mick Foley comes to the ring and he starts cutting his promo and he goes, "Do you know what I have?" And Lawler goes, "One ear?" It was pretty good.
Touché.
Pretty good. Foley says he's banning the worm. He goes, "I'm just kidding. I love that move." Possibilities for the number one contender are wide open. Rock comes to the ring. Rock welcomes Foley back, and Foley fools Rock with the "it doesn't matter" line. The crowd fucking pops. Foley's so excited he starts running around the ring chanting his own name.
I kind of missed Foley.
I know, right? Rock actually laughs. You know, he's having fun with it. And he tells Foley, "Hey, just make a number one contender. I don't care who." Shane comes to the top of the ramp. He puts himself over, talking about, you know, getting chokeslammed by Taker through the table. He's fighting with the crowd over them chanting Shane's a pussy. He runs down his mom and his dad. He's like, "I can't take it anymore. I'm taking a stand. I should be the one who decides who the number one contender is." And Foley says, "Oh, so you're saying you should be the number one contender?" And Shane's like, No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. And Rock, did you hear him say that? I didn't say that! So they make Shane the number one contender, and the title match will be tonight. Next, you get Rikishi versus Triple H for the IC title. Sign sighting. Triple H is a Jew. Oddly enough, I don't think that's the first blank is a Jew sign we've seen. But we'll check that another time.
It's like, why does it matter? You know what
Right.
I mean?
Yeah. It's just funny to say. I don't think the content of the joke is good. But just to hear it, you get the reaction, you know?
I'm going to have a new sign. Rollins is a Catholic.
See, it just doesn't play as well. It's a double count out. Jericho jumps Triple H. Rikishi hits stink face to Triple H. And then Too Cool come out to have a dance party. Hooray. After the match, Triple H storms after Mick Foley. Foley says, all right. I'm going to put Jericho in a handicap match against Road Dogg and X-Pac. But Triple H, you can't interfere, or your match against Jericho at the pay-per-view is off. I'll bring this up now. When Triple H came storming in, Foley was at his quote-unquote office. He was just in an open area in the back of the arena, but it was like one of those bars where, you know, like you can just buy at like Big Lots probably for like $100 with the foam padding around it, you know, and like two people can sit at.
You didn't watch this era. This is all brand new to you.
Probably right about here, yes, is probably when I started getting laid, so yeah.
You finally turned 44.
Hey, now.
No, I say that because this is the fucking tip of the iceberg. That's the best part about Foley is his office is amazing wherever he is.
Yep. All right, so next we get Jeff Hardy with Lita versus Val Venus with Trish. Jeff hits the Swanton, and JR calls it that. So again, it's weird that we just saw the Swanton bomb, and now we have the Swanton bomb. Again, I don't know. Maybe I missed it before, and they did call it that, the Swanton. I don't know. Odd timing. Trish causes a distraction on the apron. Lita pulls her down. Taz comes in out of nowhere, chokes out Jeff because wrestling. Ref doesn't see it. Val Venus gets the win.
You know what? I have to stop you there. I did see one of those sports skeedia type things. It was like Hall of Famer coming out of retirement for WWE Evolution for the women's pay-per-view. I click on it. Fucking Trish Stratus. And I go, fuck you.
Yeah.
It doesn't count anymore. Her and Lita come back every year.
Exactly.
They're not coming out of retirement.
Right.
So it's, yeah,
they're trash.
Reminded me.
Fuck Sportskeeda. Knowing my luck, Johnny the Bull told me he read an article from there, so that would be fucking delicious irony.
He's their head editor.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking good. I should actually look. Now, I wouldn't be surprised. We're back at Foley's office, and now next to the bar, he has a podium with like a judge's gavel on it. Patterson comes up. He's like, Mick, you can't let this match go on with Shane. You got to scrap it. He's hurt. And Foley has the gavel, and he's like, no. And he bangs the gavel on the podium, and he hits Patterson's hand. Next, you get X-Pac and Road Dogg versus Jericho in a handicap match, but Foley comes out before the match starts, and he goes, I didn't really make myself completely clear. I promised a handicap match, but it's not 2-on-1. It's going to be 3-on-2. So it's going to be Jericho with the Acolytes. Jericho gets the win with the Lion Salt. Triple H starts destroying the locker room. Back from break, we see him and Stephanie getting into the limo, and they just take off. Next, you get Edge and Christian versus Kane and Taker for the tag titles. Edge and Christian attacked Kane and Taker on SmackDown, and they recreate that as their 5-second pose. Kirk Angel interferes. Chop blocks Taker. It's a DQ. Kane choke slams Christian, and Taker debuts The Last Ride. Yeah. Called out by JR. Very cool.
I do want to add one thing since you mentioned Kirk Angel. With my due diligence, I'm scanning through, watching what SmackDown had to provide at that time. Kurt Angle accidentally broke Hardcore Holly's arm this past SmackDown.
Oh.
Right before it. Because he did his moonsault, and just how he landed from up in the air, his legs just landed right on top of Hardcore Holly's wrist and broke his wrist. And you would think, all right, finish. Let's go to the finish. Holly went another 2 minutes with fighting and acting like nothing was wrong because it's fucking Bob Holly.
Yeah.
So but that just happened on SmackDown.
Interesting. Let's see here. We see footage from earlier in the day of an XFL press conference. Lol.
Oh, you know what? Mark my words. That's going to be a very good promotion.
Angles with Cole, and Cole's like, what the hell did you just do? You cost Undertaker the tag titles. You just angered an American badass. Angle's like, no, I was just helping my friends. I didn't mean to offend them. I got to go. This interview's over. He just runs off. Malenko comes to the ring with his hose. On SmackDown, he offered an open light heavyweight title shot, and Jackie came out. And Malenko tells Jacqueline, I meant somebody with manhood, not from the hood. So they had a match. Malenko won. So Malenko does another open challenge. Crash comes out. They have a match. Lawler says he'll go for anything, Crash. He'll go lightweight, heavyweight, hardcore, softcore, doesn't matter.
Much like Jerry, but they all have to be under the age of 14.
Right. Malenko retains. Jacqueline and Ivory jump Malenko post-match, and Lawler says it's just like Ebony and Ivory.
Living in
perfect harmony. Briscoe confronts Foley at his office, and as Briscoe's walking up, Foley has the mic stand on the podium with no mic in it, and he's singing. And Briscoe starts getting pissed off at him, like, you're not talking into a mic. And so Foley, takes the mic stand and puts it to his mouth. He's like, yes, I am. And he does the Bugs Bunny Elmer Fudd thing where he gets Briscoe to start talking into the non-existent microphone. And then he goes, go get me a cup of coffee.
So, a couple things to this. One, I don't know whose idea it was for Foley to retire. If it was his or a Vince idea. Because Vince, he pulled the trigger on Ric Flair. He's like, let's have a retirement year for you here. And
Right.
I'm not sure if like he pulled the trigger for Foley or Foley was like, my body can't do more. But he also went on and did shit in TNA.
TNA.
Did more. Actually, he had a feud with Randy Orton in 2004. Maybe he just needed a major rest. But I will say, him being the commissioner is the most fucking satisfying parts of Raw over the next probably year or so before Eric Bischoff ends up taking over eventually. Secondly to that fake mic or that invisible mic, watch CM Punk do it. Have you ever seen the video where he did it on an indie show? He has no mic and he's in the middle of the ring cutting a promo. Hand to mouth, going through the whole fucking thing, and everybody's booing him and shit. And he gets down to the ringside and he goes, "You think you're fucking better than me, blah, 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 blah." And this girl is yelling at him and he puts it in her face and she goes to yell at it. And he goes, "You dumb bitch, I'm not even holding a microphone." So I do appreciate a good fake microphone.
Fake microphone.
bit. Yeah. Good for Foley and Briscoe doing this.
All right, next you get Kurt Angle versus Angle cuts a promo. He warns all the NBA free agents out there not to come to Orlando, and says, you guys better have a suitable opponent for me. And then the fucking Brooklyn Brawler comes out, which was awesome. Lawler goes, "He's still alive?"
Sadly, he appears on like 2012 in WWE at some point, so it's like he looks like he's 80 at all times.
Yeah, pretty much. Angle's not happy, but Foley comes out and says, hey, you're not facing Brooklyn Brawler. He's going to be your tag partner. You're facing the Dudleys tonight. Taker's watching from the back, and Angle doesn't accept the Brawler's tag and just walks off. Dudleys win, put Brawler through a table. Thanks for coming. Godfather with the hose versus Test with Trish. Alarm bells go off. See a big no symbol on the Tron, like the Ghostbusters thing, the circle with the line through it. And it's Stevie Richards, and he has basically potato sacks, black potato sacks with, the censored logo on them, and he puts them over all the hose. Distraction allows Test to get the win.
He has the worst theme song in history.
Yeah, seriously. Let's see. Foley is talking with Shane backstage, telling him war stories. He's basically telling Shane to stop complaining about, being injured. And he goes, that big, match that I had with the exploding, ring and the C4 and the barbed wire? He's like, I lost my testicles in that match. He's like, no, I'm just kidding. Then he, pulls open, the waistband around his sweats and looks down and says, how you doing, fellas? Talking to his balls.
Jay Gargle did the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Kevin Kelly's with Steven Richards. Steven Richards, now, he wants to be called. Not Stevie. Steven. Mm-hmm. He does the gimmick, and he says, are we going to be at a point in society where we're riding donkeys naked while firing off illegal bottle rockets and drinking tequila? Well, the madness stops today. Actually, sounds kind of fun, but...
I'm sorry, I thought this was America, son.
America. We see Steve Blackman in the back. He is now the hardcore champion. Snow comes in and says, it's time for us to go our separate ways. But I wrote a little poem and I want to recite it for you. And it's great because Al Snow's reading this poem, and while that's happening, Kai and Ty and the Mean Street Posse run in trying to get the title from Blackman, and he takes them all out. And right as he's done, Blackman comes back and Snow's like, you weren't even listening. We see Terry at Club WWF, and she's doing her spiel, and she says, there's a bunch of off-duty soldiers here tonight. I hope I survive the night.
You wouldn't if you were Shawn Michaels.
Boom! Yeah, she probably lined them up like a bunch of circus seals.
Actually, it's about 1 year from now, at this time, that I actually went to WWF, the Times Square area. It was 1 year from this time.
Oh, no shit. Was still there, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, they still last a whole other fucking year.
Yikes. Michael Cole's with The Rock. Asks The Rock, will you show Shane any sympathy tonight? Short answer, no. So next you get the Shane versus Rock. Shane McMahon versus The Rock world title. Shane cuts a promo to Rock before the bell. Says, I'm hurt. I'm not at 100%. My ribs are cracked. I have a hyperextended knee. And I know you won't take advantage because if I was 100%, I would win that title from you. But we shouldn't be fighting. We should be allies. The old man's lost it. My mom's enthralled with power. Triple H and Stephanie have blown it. And Rock just starts kicking his ass. And it's a DQ because Benoit comes in with a chair, attacks The Rock. Caught a sign at the end. Vince is a genetic jack-off.
Well, he did the jackhammer thing last week, yep.
Yep, there you go. Benoit locks on the crippler for like the last 2 minutes of the show, and Foley finally makes the save.
But did you notice who I said? Benoit. Oh, he came into the main event.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh, just you see.
After these messages,
We'll be right back.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. You better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat? America loves to eat. So why not open up somewhere America can sit down, enjoy a meal, and get their feet rubbed? We'll fry anything you want for $5.99. As long as it's friable or edible, we're going to make it deliciable. We will fry parts of the chicken you didn't even know was friable. The beak, the feathers, we'll fry candy bars. All that European stuff that you don't really normally eat, we'll bring it down here and fry it for you. Ask McDonald's to fry something other than what they normally fry. Guess what you're going to get? Nothing. If it fit through the dough, I'll put it in the fryer. Hell, this is a dinosaur. All our meats are gently tenderized to their optimum deliciousness. We got fine dinosaur meats. Took my money, made me pay child support. Come on down here and get you a slice. Once they get your social security number, it's over. Motivated, 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 motivated. So friends, let's just decide you don't want no barbecue. Well, that's fine too. Why not let one of my foot specialists or myself perform our magic? Look at that, don't they look wonderful? If you really pay me enough, we'll massage your feet in any of these sauces also. Success is the rule down here at Jones. Good ass barbecue and foot massage. So go ahead and give me a call or find us on them worldwide internets at the new website. That's JONES, big ass truck rental and storage.com/Jones. Good ass barbecue and foot massage.html.
Excuse me, did you call number 52?
Did you hear me call number 52?
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage. Jones Barbecue and Foot Massage.
Oh, remind me, I gotta show you another one too. All right.
You know what it reminds me of? How much for ribs?
Yeah.
About $2.50.
You break 100.
About 50 cents a rib, right? One rib. Fuck the cup. Pour it in my hand.
Yeah. What a great scene.
Who's the chef?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. He's definitely been in other shit. I can't remember though.
Oh man,
yeah, I'll have to look that up sometime.
My cups cost more than 25 cents. Oh, fuck the cup.
Pour it in my
and
hand.
then pulls out the fucking wad of 100. You got change for 100?
Get the fuck out of here. All right. Back to Nitro, if we have to.
Jones Barbecue Foot
Massage.
Jones.
Which is just a gross combination. Nitro's in Charleston.
Don't knock it till you try it.
No, I think I'll pass. Next slide. It's the go-home show for Bash at the Beach. Cat's on the phone, talking about suspending Scott Steiner for a week. Defends his position, and then Mike Awesome comes in and say, hey, you make the call? And we cut to a shot of 4 ambulances at the arena. So Mike Awesome's gimmick continues. Tank Abbott goes to DJ Rand's table. Remember DJ Rand? Haven't seen him in forever. Apparently he's still doing the thing there. So Tank Abbott's wearing a 3-count shirt and plays 3 counts of music. And then Young Dragons come to the ring. They're adding to their catalog of bangers. One of 3 count gets hurt, so Tank takes his place and wins the match with a KO punch. Nash is shown arriving to the arena. One of the PAs tells him, hey man, we just put a video package together. We think you're going to like it. Check it out. It's coming up next. Cat's backstage with the Young Dragon and says, you guys showed me a lot of good stuff. Come with me. I got a proposition. I actually don't think they ever revisit this proposition, but we see Goldberg arrive to the arena. Mike Awesome is backstage, finds a random production assistant and puts him through a table. That guy gets loaded into one of the ambulances. So stay tuned. So the video package that was referenced is a Outsiders video package. It's like a history hype package. Goldberg goes to the truck, the production truck, and tells him to stop playing that shit. Nash ain't happy about it, so he's heading to the ring, but Goldberg gets there first, says he's tired of this outsider's crap, and Hall and Nash are the biggest pieces of garbage in this business. Nash comes to the ramp. I got 4 words for you. The first 2, my time. And the second, you bald-headed bitch, why wait? It's a pull apart. Cat comes up, screams, go to commercial, and they do. Cat's on the phone again. It's with Bischoff. Terry Funk is with Johnny the Bull, ambushes him again, and they have a hardcore match. It's a shit show. Johnny the Bull gets the win, and this is all in preparation of him facing Vito for the hardcore title.
Good for Whiskey Man.
Yeah. We get video from earlier in the day of Asia doing a walkthrough of her entrance, and a concussion blast goes off, knocking her off the stage. And we see Torborg at the arena. He says, he's on the phone with somebody. He says, yeah, I'm just here to grab my stuff so I can go back to the hospital. The lights flicker. The dude with the painted face and the hooded robe approaches him and gives him the demon gear. Torborg leaves. It was Vampiro in a sting mask. And then behind him is another hooded figure, just lurking there. Jesus fucking Christ. Cat's with Goldberg. Cat says, Nash just left. Goldberg says, I don't give a shit. I want Nash tonight, or you're next. Great. Jindrak and O'Hare versus Captain Rection and Corporal Cajun. Yes, those are words that just came out of my mouth. MIA wins. Palumbo and Stasiak beat out.
You had a general reaction coming out of your mouth. Get it? You said it. I did.
Anyway, Palumbo and Stasiak beat down MIA post-match with the exercise bars. And then Palumbo and Stasiak get their ass beat by everybody. We get a smattering from Major Guns, and MIA all lay down because they all want mouth-to-mouth. You realize you just kissed everybody in the locker room. Cat talks to Kevin Nash, tells him, hey, man, Goldberg just left. Nash says, I want Goldberg tonight or you're going to wish you were never born. Next, Mike Awesome grabs a guy from the WCW.com table, puts him through a table. That guy goes, leaves in an ambulance. Cat's back on the phone with Bischoff. Bischoff says, do not make the match tonight. Wait for the pay-per-view. Cat goes, Goldberg says he wants to eat one of my children. And then the light bulb goes on, and he has an idea. Jeff Jarrett comes to the ring.
Which I'm backing up.
Back it up.
That was stealing it because at this time, or right before this, was Tyson and Lennox Lewis.
I'm going to eat his children. Yep, 100%.
So they were stealing shit.
Yep, big surprise. Jarrett comes to the ring, and he's confused because he talks about Hulk Hogan.
Hulk
Hogan. Jarrett says, I remember when I was a little slap nut, my grandpa would tell me about paying a nickel to see Hogan wrestle. Get it? Because he's old. That's how old Hogan is, right? Jarrett calls himself a god, and he calls the fat ladies to the ring. And they're all dressed like Brunhilde. More famously, you probably recognize the Bugs Bunny cartoon, where he dresses as the fat lady, basically, during the opera episode. The fat ladies have trouble getting through the ropes. And he says, we're going to find out which fat lady's going to sing this Sunday. Whoever wins, I'm going to let her loose at the buffet. Some suit comes to the ring saying to cut the mic. He's from Standards and Practices. There's a sign citing Great Googly Moogly. I don't know if you've ever seen Evolution. David Duchovny, Julianne Moore.
But there's something else that does a great googly moogly. Great googly moogly.
Yeah.
There's something else I feel like that. Oh, you know who does it? You ever watch 2.5 Men?
No.
Berta.
Sure.
She does it.
All right.
Fuck you. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
We have different tastes in fucking shows. Whatever.
We sure do. I like good ones. So they cut Jeff Jarrett's mic. Jeff Jarrett hits a guitar shot to the suit. As Jeff Jarrett is heading to the back, Cat comes out. Says he's going to put Nash and Goldberg in the ring tonight, but with 18 other wrestlers. They're going to have a battle royal. And if you guys can get through the other 18, you guys can go ahead and beat each other's asses. I mean, listen, this is probably the most clever, reasonable thing on this show in a long time.
Yeah.
You guys got a pay-per-view match coming up. You want to fight each other tonight? Well, guess what? You'll be in a battle royal. If you get through them, you guys can fight each other. I thought that was the most sane
Some
thing on the show.
1996 Nitro.
Yeah, exactly, right? When Bischoff was still actually doing a halfway decent job. Let's see. Kat and Jeff Jarrett are arguing backstage. Jeff Jarrett's mad because Kat interrupted his exit. Next, you get Shane Douglas versus Booker T. Canyon jumps Booker as he's trying to get in the ring. Booker hits a really shitty finish to win. I think he was trying to do like that scissor kick, and it just looked awful. And Canyon jumps Booker post-match. We see the heels in the locker room. Kat comes in to make an announcement. He wants them to all stop Nash and Goldberg from going after each other in the Battle Royal, and says bonuses for everybody if you pull it off. Next, you get Vampiro versus the Demon. Great. We get the hooded figure showing up at ringside, causes a distraction. Demon hits a finish about as shitty as Booker's did in the last match and gets the pin. And then we have a whole gaggle of circle of hooded figures surrounding Vampiro in the ring. They all have bats, baseball bats. The lights go out. They come back up. The hooded figures are still there, but Vampiro is gone. And the hooded figures looked confused.
I mean, I thought they were going to go with the obvious of a Stang.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they were all wearing
off a
Stang
mask
masks.
with
They were wearing Stang masks. Yes.
No, but I was waiting for the
Right.
pull off of the mask that Sting always does. But
Right.
no, I said they went to disappearance. Make me care even less. Good for you.
Yeah, Vampiro, he can teleport. Smooth is with the filthy animals, says he has an idea. Cat's with the faces now, says keep Nash and Goldberg apart. And then our segment of the night. David is with Daphne, trying to apologize for fooling around on her. Daphne's wearing her blue wig. Meanwhile, on the monitor right behind them, we see Miss Hancock go to the ring in a wedding gown, and David sees it, and he keeps getting distracted. Daphne's noticing he's distracted, but doesn't see the TV right in front of her fucking face. Miss Hancock can't decide if she wants to wear something nice underneath the wedding gown for the match, or nothing at all. Says she's going to win, so she's just going to give a smattering now. Crowbar sneaks into the ring with a chair. David sees that, fakes stomach cramps, and tells Daphne to go get some water. Water my ass! Get this guy some Pepto Bismol! Oh, man. Yeah, so he actually says, get me some Pepto. And as Daphne leaves, he heads to the ring. And Crowbar shoves Miss Hancock into the chair, has hair clippers, calls out David. He says, you got 2 strikes against you. 1, you tried to shave me bald. 2, you're messing around on Daphne. So you got to the count of 10. And if you're not out here, it's strike 3, and Miss Hancock is going bald. So David comes to the ring. Daphne follows almost right behind him, and she's got the bottle of Pepto-Bismol in her hand. You heard me right. Daphne hits a shitty-looking low blow to David, pours the Pepto on David. Hancock shoves Daphne into David. Hancock attacks Daphne. Crowbar pulls her off, says, get on your knees and tell me you love me. And she does. Aga, aga. David
I'm over the moon for you.
David hits a chair shot to Crowbar, covered in Pepto. That boy says, can we show pink on TV? Phrasing. And then David and Miss Hancock start cutting Daphne's hair. And they put the clippers in Crowbar's hand before they leave. And then back from break, Mike Awesome puts Crowbar through a table.
So this lasted 2 segments.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, they had to fill time somehow. Smooth goes to see the cat, has Tigress with him, who starts seducing Cat, says she wants to show what a big fan she is, and invites Cat to her room. Filthy animals come to the ring. They're clowning Lance Storm and Kidman. Ray is actually playing the part of Lance Storm and has a crew cut to look like Lance Storm. Hoovie's playing Kidman, and they're both wearing the same gear as Storm and Kidman. So Kidman and Lance Storm come to the ring, and they have a match. And as much as I would love to watch Lance Storm wrestle, I'm done with this fucking show. Animals win beatdown post-match. Vampiro reappears, interviewed by the Broad, cuts a promo on Torborg, and they're going to have a graveyard match at Bash at the Beach. Come back from break. Nash is with the Broad now.
Mike Awesome comes to the ring, cuts a promo on Scott Steiner, says he wants to face him tonight, obviously because he knows Cat suspended him and he's not there. And the ref counts 10. Awesome wins. Great. But then Rick Steiner comes in and takes Awesome out and says, if you're going to challenge a Steiner, you got to make sure there's none in the arena. Outstanding. Ooh. Get it? You see?
Badass fucking line.
He's a bad motherfucker. We get our 20-man battle royal. Nash is in first. Ray and Hoovy come out first. They're immediately eliminated. It's not a rumble. It's a gauntlet. Basically, Cat is throwing everybody at Nash first, which, again, not a bad idea. This was done fairly well. Execution, different story. Conan's out next, gets dumped, then Dick Nuts, then Palumbo and Stasiak, then Vito, then Canyon, then everybody. Goldberg's the last one in. He circles the ring. Nash clears everybody. And then this is just weird. Goldberg hits a super kick. Again, stop doing that. And then Goldberg's on the apron. Keep in mind, this is a battle royal. It's just Nash and Goldberg are the last two left. Goldberg's on the apron. MIA starts grabbing his leg. He kicks him off, and then Nash comes in and whiffs the big boot. He did the Zelina Vega thing where he went forward with the boot and whiffed and kind of just brought his foot back like an inch and then put it in Goldberg's face. And then Goldberg falls off the apron, and MIA sort of catch him. But Nash wins the Battle Royal. It's a pull apart. See you at the Bash.
This is the Bash, man. This is
the Bash.
The Bash. I'm sad because we originally thought that we were going to try to get together. Life has gotten in the way, bum knees, jobs, moving, and all that kind of shit. And we're not going to be in, baseball, obviously. But we originally planned on doing a watch along together. I was ready to have a fucking giant plate of nuggets for us for this thing and just be like, let's just enjoy. But we're going to do it on our own. But I'm excited to watch this one. That's the upcoming pay-per-view. That's next week for the Monday Night Wars. We were going to do a twofold, actually. We were going to do the Bash, and then we were going to do this next topic. But we could do it through Zoom. We've done it before. Let's do it again.
Do it again.
The Top of Wrestling proudly presents to you a Big Four production. Non-wrestling. The following has absolutely nothing to do with wrestling. Just two sick, demented fucks talking about whatever the hell they feel like. If you get easily offended, we appreciate you listening this far, and we'll catch you later. Now bring on the dick jokes.
All right, well, hey, man. If it's non-wrestling, you have to take a sip of some alcohol before you get this one going.
I'm still drunk from last night.
'Tis the story of your life.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much. Absolutely.
But, man, non-wrestling 9. Like I said, man, the first one was your idea. We've had some random shit.
Mm-hmm.
The fun thing is we never, ever, ever know where we're going with this. Still have no idea what the fuck we're about to talk about. But for fun, I do like to sometimes throw down a couple of questions off to the side, while we're sitting here recording. So maybe I could spark your interest in a conversation. Like, so what did you think about Hateful Eight? Okay, we're going to cross that one off.
Yep, very good, very good. He's trying, folks. He's trying.
Any Johnny the Bull stories?
So, Johnny the Bull stories? No, nothing crazy. I do got some coaching stories. I got a few things down here I got to tell you. So, I'm coaching. I coached fall ball, last fall. That was kind of a shit show. But, I'm assistant coaching. The head coach is a guy that's been, stepping up. One of the kids, one of Vinny's best friends, dad. Good dude, solid dude. Like him a lot. But, he stepped up so the kids could have a team. I'm not trying to put down my kid or any of his teammates or anything, but it's not a top tier team. I mean, Vinny's, there's a few good players, Vinny's one of them. But it's just turned into a shit show. We had a game this past Sunday and I almost fucking lost it. Let me back it up. Did I tell you about the one game we ended up stopping after the 4th inning? It was so hot even the Puerto Ricans said they didn't want to play anymore.
Yes, you told me down.
Yeah, that's not a joke either. I mean, that's a legit team. It's the Hispanic youth baseball team. So I mean,
No mas.
no mas, no bueno. But so it was. I don't know if you remember where Baden Park is. Upper Falls Boulevard.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So that's where we were playing, and when we were driving down there, I think what road did we come down? I think it was Hudson. So we're coming down Hudson, and driving through the hood. I like to keep my eyes straight ahead and just mean mug, right? Any sideways
10
glances.
and 2, windows up.
Yep.
Doors locked. Let's go.
But then I walk by and I see this fucking chick tweaking on the side of the road. I go, "Hey, look, Vinny, a crack whore." He goes, "Yep." But I fucking at the game yesterday on Sunday, I almost fucking lost it. There's this one parent. He's a parent. He coached last year. He is not coaching this year. Just starts coming on the bench. And I was already in a foul mood, and I told the head coach, and again, I'm cool with him.
You mean like coming down to the bench?
Yeah, I mean, the parents were sitting right next to the bench, the dugout, so.
Well, you said he was coming on the bench like 4
Okay,
times.
no, but he looks like a
Crazy.
person who would get arrested for doing that. Thankfully, he did not do it when the children were there, so. But, I flipped out on
Came on a bench or two myself, but it was later at night.
Right.
No one was there.
But I flipped out, and then
All alone. Completely all
well,
alone.
fuck the baseball story. Let's talk about you jacking off on benches. Let's keep going with that. I'm
You. sure
that's a lot
Cut
more
me from the baseball
scintillating.
team. Sit on this, motherfucker.
Ew, you'll catch a case for that one.
Yeah, it's an old story.
Yeah,
It
next slide.
wasn't recorded
Did you watch Squid
before.
Game at
Anyway,
all?
So go back to it was hot. Or, no, not hot. It was baseball.
Yeah, no, I think we can move on. Long and short of it, coaching is a pain in the ass. It's
All right,
a
so
lot,
this
and
asshole
the
came
parents
out of the
suck.
bench. So this asshole came out of the bench.
Oh yeah, I just got sick of his shit, and I had to tell him at one point. He starts telling me he's giving me advice and shit. I'm like, dude, we're coaching. Get out of here. And then one of the moms who coached fall ball last year and sucked and didn't know what the fuck she was doing, she tells everybody on the other team that what they say is inappropriate. Even the one kid on the other team's like, "What did I say?" And she's walking over to the bench telling him, "I'm not hearing you guys." Like, bitch, you're not the coach. Sit the fuck down. I was so sick of everybody's shit. Parents suck.
Where are you in the ranking of the coaching?
I am
Genuinely asking.
the assistant coach, and
Okay.
I do
So
the
are you, like-
lineups in the batting order, and I coach third
Do you
base.
ever third base? Okay, I was gonna say, is it a first or third? Is it generally the head coach is on your first?
It depends. Our head coach does first base. I would say typically the head coach would do third base.
A couple weeks back, we went to watch my godson Bodie play in a game, and he's doing kids little league, but it's also where it's like after a while they'll do a little bit of coach pitch to
Okay.
speed the game along, right?
Sure.
And it's just funny to me because Bodie has just the weirdest fucking competitive attitude. Not weirdest, but it's like I know where he gets it from, and it's not from Bo. It's from Co. Like, if Co beats you at foosball, she's like, "What's up? Suck my dick, motherfucker." Not necessarily that bad, but she's like, "What's up?" So Bodie has a very competitive attitude. The third base coach told him to stop at third, and this motherfucker just rounded home. Still was safe at home, got the run and everything. It was fine, but he was like, good idea, coach, but go fuck yourself, and just kept running.
Jesus. Fuck you! Don't tell me what to do.
He's 7. Or like
Yeah,
8, you know what
no.
I mean? But still.
it could have been. It could have even been something as simple as he just wasn't paying attention. He's like, "Fuck this!
Sure.
I'm going."
Well, the other funny thing was that this kid was going from second to third. Someone threw the ball to the girl at third, and he decided so he wouldn't get tagged, he ran towards the outfield. And I go, I've only seen this in movies. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like,
You ever seen those videos of chaos at little league games?
oh my god.
Kid hits the ball, runs all over the place. Dude, it's just madness.
There is a great video. It's about kids baseball, and it's like watch a different kid each time you watch this thing, and it's like each one, like one kid's running to first with a bat in his hand, and you got it's just great shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know you actually coached a lot, to be honest with you.
I don't a lot. I signed up for fall ball last season, and it's funny because I've been watching these kids, so I'm like, you know what, I want to really try to put our best foot forward, and that's why I do the lineups, just because I figure I got a good idea where everybody's going to thrive. And it's funny because over fall ball, that one parent who's being a pain in the ass now, she actually just made an impromptu practice tonight for some of the kids. Yeah, fucking cunt. But she
Who are you?
Yeah, exactly. Sit the fuck down, dumb bitch. But here's the best part. Oh, that's weird. My chair moved on the video. Never mind. I'm tripping balls.
No, I am watching you go back and forth with your chair there. I'm like, that will fuck with the audio at some point, right? Like,
it'll be fine.
Still.
Fix it in post. So I, where was I? So last fall ball last year, we won one game. It was the game where she was out of town and I coached.
And she's like, it's a fluke.
Yeah, right.
You ponytail motherfucker.
Yeah, that dumb bitch. Yeah, she's annoying as shit. And her kid is probably the worst kid on the team. And I bench him. He gets benched the most because he sucks.
I
fuck him. I like him. He's a good kid, but he sucks.
I did a little bit of helping with coaching and such, like back in the day and stuff, and it is funny to bench the most vocalist parent's kid. It's so fucking gratifying. It's like, well, both you and your kid could watch this from the sideline. Go fuck yourself.
I'm about ready to fucking... Yeah, and the head coach, the guy that I know who's the head coach, he told me, because I told him, I'm like, listen, man, I'm trying to do this to make sure everybody gets playing time, right? This is not a top-tier team where we're going to be, doing tournaments and winning, state championships and shit. This is a chance for these kids to get playing time because some of them didn't even make their school team, and the ones that did rode the bench a lot, all right?
Right.
So, this is a chance. So, yeah, I'm trying to get them playing time, but at the same time, I'm trying to put our best foot forward. And he flat out told me, he goes, oh, you'll hear it from the parents. Don't worry. So I got that to look forward to. But, yeah, fuck them all.
Can't wait to tell each one of those parents.
Fuck them in the ear. Fuck them in the other ear.
So, I did have one thing written down here that I had to bring up. And I'm not sure if I really totally brought this up to you.
Okay.
I did see you just sent me a link.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's some Chaos Kids baseball. Which would be
No,
great.
even better. We'll talk later, though.
OnlyFans? Beautiful. So, did we ever really necessarily talk about Whiskey Man / Johnny the Bull? Did we ever talk about the fact that he started showing up to the radio show?
Yeah, no. Have we talked about it? I definitely know about it, because he's brought it up before, and it's just another instance of hanger-on, flavor of the month kind of shit,
I hate to shit on it, but it just came up in my head. It just made me remember. He came around right around the time. I mean, I'm talking like. So we all did a pay-per-view at Salvatore's, and you were there.
Yeah.
We all watched TLC. It's the one where it was John Cena and Dolph Ziggler in a fucking ladder match.
Mm-hmm.
The Shield had their first match. You were there for that. That was a good one. But right after that, he started wanting to come to the radio show Saturday mornings. And we're like, yeah, I mean, like, we kind of got the four-man show here. I mean, we're full, all the mics are filled, and we all have a role, but, yeah, come on in. Came in with a brand new set of cans. And was trying to, like, get involved. Now, right after that was the Royal Rumble. And that's where Punk did his last stint in WWE in 2014. And this dude, for like a solid month, was like, I still think CM Punk is actually coming back. This has all been whatever. We're like, no, he's fucking done. Like everybody knew he was done. Like, and he was like marking on it that it was going to be Punk. But it was just funny to me that like he brought. So here, this is the sad and / funny part of this. bought those cans, those brand new fucking headphones. And he goes, and I'll just leave them here for when we do our next thing. And it's like, this is where like CMF and a bunch of other places are recording. We're here for an hour every week, and then we pack up our own shit and go.
Right.
He kept leaving them there, and they were there, and then he just stopped showing up because I think he found a chick at some point. Maybe, you know, his more recent wife. I'm not sure what it was at that time. And those were really nice headphones that I used for recording for quite some time. I'm not going to...
I was going to ask, are they the ones you're wearing right now?
No, they're not the one. No, they eventually died. But I did use them. I know bullshit. No fucking bullshit. Our first year of the podcast.
Oh, there you go.
But it's that flavor of the month shit, man. And it's like just jumping on something because you can. I mean, he was a djembe drummer, then he was a whiskey guy. Then like there's a lot of...
Well, the Whiskey Man thing, I'll give him props because it sounds like he found something that he actually always liked, and now he's taking it to the next level. And I will give him credit, man. He has grown something. You know, he's done a lot of barrel picks. He's got this Facebook group. It's got a ton of engagement, a ton of members. You know, and that's like his... And that's, well, obviously, if you're going to be an alcoholic, you might as well get something out of it. But, you know, I think what he's done is pretty cool. And it seems like that's his main focus. It's not a lot of bouncing around anymore. So, you know, but. Oh, I thought you had something. No, I don't know, man.
No, I was waiting for you to follow up.
No. I mean, it's cool as shit. You know, it's not what I'm into, but, you know, I don't know a lot about whiskey and, you know, shit. So, you know, I'll ask him.
I genuinely had a feeling. I'm like, if it was me, you, Easy, we thought about wanting to do a show together. He's like, that'd be great. Let me get in. I'd like to throw some predictions out there. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking ruin you on my show.
Well, so we the fucked up thing is shortly after we started doing this podcast, him and a couple guys started doing a whiskey podcast.
I remember.
And it was video, and listen, man, it took us probably 3 seasons to get like our stride and our shit, you know, down tight, right? It took some time. Okay,
I'd say
2
by
seasons.
Second season, we had a pretty good stride.
Okay,
First
but we've
season
been
was a lot
improving.
Yeah.
But we've been constantly improving, right? It's been a growth process.
Please don't judge us by our last several months of technical.
I know, right?
We did not know new equipment would fuck with things. We're so sorry.
An IT guy and a digital media salesperson start a podcast. You'd think it'd go over pretty easily. Well, so, but it was so fucked up because I watched it. I'm like, oh, cool. Let me see what this is about. And goddamn. It was just like, yeah, it's good. What do you think? Yeah, it's a little light. It was like an hour and a half long. I'm like, well, no, I ain't done. And I don't know how many. I think they did like 1 or 2 because basically they just ended up getting shit faced. You know, so
I'd like to do that. Where, oh my god, it'd be really hard to do from afar. We have to do a real full show. But we do a tasting together where we both do that along the way. But see, the difference is that the more we go, the more fucked up that's going to go on the show.
Yeah, it's going to be a true shit show for real.
I should send you a list, and you should have that many shots lined up in a row and all the same. Like,
dear God, now I don't need any help tying one on.
I will. So, God damn it, this came up for me. I got to bring this randomly up. So. You have a lot of the graduations and all that shit going on this week, and I don't know why, but last week or 2 weeks ago, before my knee went bad, I was mowing for my father-in-law, and I was just thinking about just random shit. Did I ever bring up on this show? You're gonna be like, what the fuck?
Did you jack off on his bench?
No, I tried to impeach that boy from our school presidency.
No, what?
Look, the story makes me half cringe, but also half proud. So, the beginning of our fucking, I think it was our junior or senior year, whatever one it was. It was our junior year, I think. Yeah. That boy was not taking any suggestions from anybody. Everybody was pissed. He was doing some real shady shit. That was
Sounds about right
for him.
It tracks.
Fucked up one is that we're all going to ride into school day one, senior year, all of us car to car to car to car to car. We all meet up. And he made the mistake of telling several people, don't tell professor about it. And I'm like, motherfucker.
Tried to leave you out of it?
Yeah, there's 88 of us in our grade at that point. And I'm like, motherfucker, you think people weren't going to tell me something? We live in a small fucking town. But there was that, all that shit, and everybody wanted to have our prom at a certain place, and he was being a dick, and he's like, no, I'm choosing this. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know, man. Maybe it was the Clinton scandal. I don't know. Something just occurred to me that I'm like, I bet you I could get this motherfucker impeached. I bet you I can get him kicked out of our fucking office here in this school. Out of everybody in our fucking grade, I think I had only 12 signatures that didn't sign. But I got brought into the fucking principal, and that boy was there. They're like, why are you trying to tear something down in the very last year? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, it just seems fun. I don't have anything else to do. I'm not really paying attention in school. This just seems like a fucking phenomenal idea. I almost got him impeached. Because I actually asked a couple of teachers. They were like, that's not a bad idea. You just got to get everybody to get the signature on the class. And almost everybody, it's a dick thing.
Yeah, well, fuck him.
It was
fuck
a
him in the other ear
thing. Well, hang on. Let's not forget, in about fucking 6 months' time, when we talk about Royal Rumble 2001, I think I'm going to explain everything clear enough as to where that fucking cunt was at that time in his life.
Was that the pizza night?
Yeah, it's a fucking pizza night. Pizza man. I got pizza man. For myself. Oh, man. And I haven't let that story out. Not on the show. I've only half told that one.
Oh, I was going to say, you've half told it. Yeah.
A little bit, but it's... Oh, we're going to get into it. That's a funny doozy of it.
Should we order pizza when we tell the story?
Oh, that's amazing.
That's meta.
Do I have some, though?
You'd have to order your own, but... Get it?
Oh, motherfucker, believe me. 25 years worth, I've got it. Or even more, or whatever. No, that's I like I said, I don't know, I was mowing and all of a sudden something just came in my head. I was just thinking about all these kids graduating, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, man, my senior year, I don't know, just whatever. And I was like, I also tried to impeach that boy.
Hey, speaking of political campaigns, how's your neighbors up there?
I mean, his windows are okay again.
Okay. Has he added any more
really
flags?
Anything since?
Yeah.
It's funny because his wife is a good friend of my mother-in-law, and she said, "Mom, she thinks it really isn't that it wasn't really politically initiated."
Yeah, I remember you saying that. Yeah,
to do something else. I go, yeah. Anybody with 17 Trump flags outside would really think that it was a random act of violence.
Yeah, pretty much.
She goes, "There's a lot of bored kids in this neighborhood," and I go, "But why this one house? Why didn't they come down to our road where we're by ourselves on a fucking dead end?"
Yeah.
You went to the one that's on Main Street under the light.
I mean,
this house is under a goddamn light. That's the funny part. The street light is on it, and someone's like, you know what? I want someone to catch me do this.
Listen, it is the middle of nowhere. There's only so many benches you can jack off on before you get bored.
Did I tell you about the time I lost my virginity on a baseball field?
Nope, and I think I'm all set. Next slide.
That whole team was not really nice to me.
Yeah, well, that probably explains a lot of your behaviors these days.
I don't know where I was going.
What's next? You're going to anally rape my mother while pouring sugar down her gas tank?
Wow.
Clerks? No?
Oh,
nothing,
that's
huh?
what that
yeah,
is.
remember that? Remember that?
Okay.
Yeah, weird one. So
in a row?
We're getting exactly. Let's try not to suck any dick through the parking lot.
I love that one guy walks away.
He walks away. Hey, get back here. So, why don't you play fantasy football?
I don't know anybody outside the Buffalo Bills, and even so, I have a very tough time getting into it. I don't think I understand. I mean, I do understand the game. Obviously, I understand, but I'm not enough to do like fantasy shit and be like, oh, I need a running back this week. I got to get this. I got to that. I'm like, fuck, man. I barely know what the Buffalo Bills have going on right now, and I think that's enough for me. If it was basketball, maybe, but there's so many extra positions. I'm not really sure of like, who's the best of the best and all that shit. I just never really got into it, to be honest with you.
All right. Well, I won't invite you then. Never mind.
All right, well, how come you haven't gotten into public masturbation? I was going to invite you.
How do you know I haven't?
Nah, I like sadly, I love doing the wrestling fantasy league, but we dominated the balls out of it until we got kicked out.
Well, that's it's like us sneaking into the Special Olympics. I mean, it wasn't really much of a fucking challenge. I showed up with my laptop and a fucking spreadsheet of everybody ranked, and they're like, I like Bray Wyatt. I'm drafting him. Marks.
He's dead.
No wonder you didn't. He's fucking, this guy here is dead.
Yo, I'll never fucking forget one of the drafts. I think I had to have texted you on the side. It was like someone that just got injured and they were going to be out for like the next 18 months. It was like their second pick, and I go, oh, this season's already in the bag.
Yep. That was fucking great. So
like,
dumb.
Oh my! It could have been something was like Rey Mysterio, but that was the other thing. Is like all you had to do was just go and watch or look up a results for the last 6 weeks of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And you had an idea of the trend of who was winning matches. I chose A-Kid, which ended up being Faxium.
Ah, okay.
Okay? But in NXT UK, he was winning match after match after match after match. And I chose him as like a third round. Everybody goes, who the hell is A-Kid? I'm like, no one did their fucking homework, man. Oh my God. And everyone's like, like they were choosing.
They were being marks.
Chose Roman Reigns as someone. I'm like, he wrestles once a month.
He's never on TV.
Yeah.
I went to like, I think Cage Match or BodySlam.net, one of those things, because they had statistics. You could look at the last 6 months and see how many times somebody wrestled, how many times they won, and you just weighted it like that. It was super easy, dude.
Yeah.
It wasn't fucking rocket science, but for these
or
fucking
just pay
morons.
attention to the storyline.
Yeah.
Like they're like, even in like whatever that was 4 years ago, they're like,
Yeah, but then they started changing the rules. Like, well, if one of your guys comes out and sneezes on a microphone, that's 20 points.
Because they couldn't choose the winners. They were so bad at the winners. They were like, how about just coming out in the middle of a promo? You're right. Like you said that, like the whole fucking sneezes on a mic.
Farting on a snare drum.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was fucking terrible.
Oh, I can't. I miss it and I don't, okay? It was fun.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, and then he stole the title.
The time that he stole it, goddamn. Showed up to give it to you and take it away right there like a fucking bitch.
That's all right. Our video promos were worth the participation alone.
Oh, we killed it.
That was fun.
See, now we need. Fuck it. I'd even let Johnny the Bull get involved in this.
Yeah,
I'd say let him, Wheezy, Lil Jon, let's get a fucking good fantasy league going.
It's not a bad idea.
Who aren't a bunch of fucking assholes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like don't understand shit. The one that killed me the very fucking most with all of that was Tigers. He's like, we should make this like a reality show. We should all do videos. Bitch, you can't talk.
You can't do it on your own. You want us to join in? What do you think this is? The Office? I still have that one picture where he's got mouth like anus. And I have it blown up on my phone. So like when I got my new phone, I'm going through making sure my picture is there, and it's a close up of his mouth. I'm like, ew! Why do I have this?
And he does that weird,
Yeah,
like
he tries to do the shocker almost. Yeah, basically.
yeah, whatever his fucking move or is that his hand gesture is that he made up.
Then there was a time that I was fucking with him. I got like a fucking a kid toucher police bulletin, and I put his picture on it.
And you know what? Fuck it. I'm sure that, you know what, maybe we got new listeners, we got old ones, whatever, but I got to bring this up. Why did this league end for us, in a way? I got kicked out before we even did the draft in the beginning of 2023 because he was like, we're all doing this New Year's Day. We're doing it New Year's Day that we're going to be doing the draft. And everyone's like, yo, it's
lame.
a holiday, if you haven't noticed. Like, and he did Memorial Day. He was doing like dates that were everybody's like, "Fuck, man, we're not home." And if you weren't there, well, then you didn't get the draft, and you had the draft after everyone else drafted during the middle of that thing. And all I said was, "Could we do it like I don't know, the 2nd or something like that?" And he wanted to fight back, and all I said was, "All right, easy, son." I said, "Easy, son," and he said, "You know what? That took it too far. That was really fucked up that you just said that to me. You are out of the league." And I go, yo, you called it, and I'll fucking say it out loud without being, fucked up. Like, I go, you got on it one day and said, "What's up, f***its?" You're going to get on and say that shit, but easy, son, is what kicked me out of the fucking league? Fuck you and your goddamn big-headed girl.
Yeah. Jesus, why I got to drag her into it?
Well, I know. I have issues with her.
Oh, well, that's okay. Different story altogether, then.
We went to school together.
Yeah.
She was a couple years ahead of me, not an issue. And then she was a boss of mine. At Zales. What she didn't like is that I killed her in sales. And she was the general manager. And then when she would tell me to do something, I was like, no, that's okay. Not as bad as that sounds, but we just didn't get along. To one point, like, she said something one day, and I got mad, and she goes, "You can't talk to me like that." I go, "We're not in fucking school. I can talk back, and if I don't have this job, I don't have this fucking job anymore."
Right.
Like, I'm not going to let you belittle me. And then we end up being okay one day, and she's like, "Hey, my fiance's a wrestler. He wants to come to your show at Flower City." And that's when you found out that Tiger was your long-lost cousin.
Yeah. Trafe.
And then we got invited into a wrestling league.
That we dominated for 4 seasons.
Do they even do the league anymore?
Don't know. Don't care.
Easy, son.
Easy, son. Easy. Hey, you been watching Squid Game?
No.
No? All right.
No.
Wasn't sure.
It does. That looks like it doesn't interest me.
It's pretty good. It was pretty good.
Again, I watch good TV shows.
Yeah, not like 2.5 Men. Fucking Momo.
All right. Who introduced you to Ozark? Me.
Jackie.
Fuck you. Fuck you. I said you need to watch it. And you go,
She was watching it, and I had heard of it before you told me I should watch it.
Fuck you. Second one was It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah, because I never heard of that show. I'd never heard of it. I'd never heard of it before you.
and I introduced it to you.
You told me I should watch it. It's not like I wasn't aware of its existence.
Okay, I'm aware of the existence of Squid Games. Doesn't mean I'm going to fucking watch it. So,
Always Sunny was a good one. Hey, why does Rob McElhenney gotten like so much plastic surgery? He doesn't even look like him anymore.
I don't know, but I found out he also is changing his name legally to Mac.
Oh, okay, sure.
It's going to be Rob Mac.
Great.
I'm Mark Fan. This is Joe Riz.
You're Fark Man.
You know why that? Do you know what that is? So you
No.
can't fucking find me.
Okay. What do you
don't
mean I
wanna be
can't
found.
find it? You just transposed 2 letters. You think it's gonna stop the CIA, or you got like a Colombian hit squad coming after you?
Jesus Christ! I'm not talking about the government.
Oh, you're saying if one of your stalker ex-girlfriends tries to look you up on Facebook, she won't be able to find it.
Sure, X that way. Okay, sure. Anything like that. You know,
Okay.
old friends, co-workers, family members,
Gotcha.
things like that.
Nobody's looking
Even
for
my
you.
wife couldn't find me by looking at my... Well, now it's fucking transposed out here. Might as well fucking switch it back. Fucking asshole. All right, man. Is there anything else that you really need to bring to the table to this week's, non-wrestling? Anything that you're feeling? Any itchy rashes you're worried about?
Well, the one under my left testicle. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Never mind. No.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah, because you don't have a left one.
Wow. Thanks for peeling back all the layers on that.
Yeah, you already talked about it, dumbass. I wouldn't blow
How
up
do
your
people know
spot
if
like
it was
that.
left or the right?
Oh, I just went with. I said left, so I stayed
It
with
is
it.
left.
That's the only
And
reason.
honestly,
Oh, it
that's why
is.
I put my keys to that side so I don't fall over.
Oh, there you go. So you don't land on your nut.
My keys.
Did you see? I was watching Ford versus Ferrari. You ever seen that?
Bits and pieces.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like race cars and shit. So I like cars in general. So I like that. So, but it's great because he's got what is it? It's Carroll Shelby. It's Matt Damon. He's playing Carroll Shelby. And they're working on a new prototype, and they get Henry Ford II, who's running Ford at the time, and he gets him in the car. But I mean, it's the Ford GT40 Mark II. It's not a car you just easily get into, right? It's a race car. So Henry Ford II's trying to get into it, and he finally gets in, and he's like, "Ah, fuck! I just sat on my nut." It was pretty funny.
It hurts.
It ain't fun. It ain't fun. Yeah, that's for damn sure, man.
That's pretty
So
fucked
anyway,
up.
rashes and sitting on balls.
And speaking of fucked up, next week, that's what we're doing, man. We're talking about what's more fucked up for a movie. And I'm going to give everyone a teaser right now because I want you to either indulge in watching both movies or at least, re-look up the plot, because when you think about it, each one is extremely fucked up in its own way. And I want to ask you, ODM, as well as everybody else, what's the more fucked up movie? Is it the movie Kids, or is it Requiem for a Dream?
That's
ass to ass. I know.
Yeah.
You wanna say-
That's not fucked up. That makes it a better movie.
They both have scenes you can equally jerk off to, depending on what your problem is with being fucked up.
Yeah, whatever your kink is.
A girl completely asleep.
Yeah. Okay. Don't spoil it for everybody now.
Oh, I'm sorry to spoil a movie. From
30 years old.
So that's next week. That's what we'll be back doing. Plus, next week we will be talking the fucking Bash at the Beach 2000. We've watched the what was it called? The Dark Side.
Look
of the
out
Ring.
below. Oh
No,
okay.
they did Dark Side of the Ring about
Yeah.
this one, didn't they?
Yeah. Last season, not this current one. The one before, I think they did it.
Correct. So we've been waiting on this, and I think they worked themselves into a shoot, is what happened. Like it was supposed to be that, but then Russo comes out and goes on a rant that apparently Hogan wasn't thrilled with. So I may almost go back and rewatch the that Dark Side of the Ring with this, so we can remember some of the things that Bischoff was saying throughout it as well. So we should, if you want to throw that into your bank of things to watch this week.
I actually just watched it like a week ago.
No shit.
Yeah.
Well, then you're ready. Good for you.
No, I'm not. I don't remember half the shit they said.
I don't remember anything we just said today.
Exactly. Try to forget it. It's probably for the best.
Yeah. I just hit edit and just go. I let AI take care of it all.
There you go.
I wish.
Oh, we should try that sometime, just for the fun of it. An AI episode.
We talked about that. We need to put an AI episode together of topics, like things that we have to talk about because AI or ChatGPT told us to.
That's not a bad idea.
I actually just saw recently that some people are using ChatGPT to make their own promos. In wrestling.
That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It has its useful purposes. For the other day, I had to I had to do something for work. I had to write something up. So I wrote it up, and I was like, well, we have it. We use Microsoft Teams, and it has Copilot. That's Microsoft's AI.
Sure.
I was like, let's see how it does cleaning this up. So I just copied everything that I had written and structured. You know, when I wrote it, I wasn't just taking notes. I actually wrote a whole thing, and I threw it in there and came back with something pretty decent. So, you know, for small applications like that or coming up with top topics, what I'm really interested is because a lot of the AIs, what they actually do is they're overpowered search engines, right? So they're just able to scour the internet for the info you're looking for very quickly and use a little bit of AI to kind of quantify it or clean it up. I'm curious if it'll be able to look up our show, look at past topics, and like just start mixing and matching them.
Dude. All right, we need to use it. Let's just, you know what? On the sides, I think we should both just fucking mess with it. Throw out some ideas and see what this show can.
Well,
do
let's
for us.
let's just have fun. We're about to wrap it up here, but let's just see if I can pull something up here. So Gemini is Google's, right?
Google, yep.
So let's pull up Gemini here. Ask Gemini, come up with a new topic for the top of wrestling. Sound
Wait,
good?
Top of Wrestling podcast in Rochester, New York. Trust me.
Rochester, New York. Here it goes. Here are a few fresh top topic ideas for a wrestling podcast in Rochester, New York, designed to leverage local interest in current wrestling trends. The Rochester Rumbles, deep dive into local independent wrestling scene.
Maybe take out Rochester, New York.
I'm going to fucking kill you. Beyond the big leagues, Rochester's role in pro wrestling's future. The evolution of the roster, Rochester's take on current WWE, AEW talent shifts.
No, for real. Take out Rochester and just keep Top of Wrestling podcast.
All right, come up with top topic for the Top of Wrestling podcast. Copy. Let's see. Boobs. It did Rochester again. The King and Queen of Rochester. Nope. The Saudi Arabia impact. Rochester's perspective on WWE's international strategy.
Is that linked to the Top of Wrestling?
I don't know. Yala Emshi.
All right, so it's not exactly foolproof.
It's going to take a little work, but we'll get there. All
right, fair enough. Well, hopefully we're not going to have to use AI next week, but I am going into the doctor tomorrow, so either you're taking the show or AI is taking over. But next week we're back. It's the Top Wrestling Podcast. I am the professor. Every week, I bid you a farewell. Last week he went on a rant. I kind of hope he does this a little more every week. Ladies and gentlemen, ODM and his final thoughts.
Thanks, Professor. I should have typed into AI what my final thoughts should be. And I must have blacked out last week because I don't even remember what the fuck I said.
Could you imagine what should my final thoughts be? And it's like, goodbye to my family. Goodbye to everyone.
Well, how about this? Here's a way with my final thoughts. I love it when people message us during our recording, and I just got a message to both of us from Nightwing. My dog Yeats. I'll record it soon. See you next week.
Oh
The Top of Wrestling Podcast is brought to you by The Top of Wrestling Podcast. Your hosts are the Professor Mark Fantasia and ODM The Doc Joe Rizzo. Feel free to reach out to the show by email at thetopofwrestling@gmail.com, on their Facebook page, Twitter page, Instagram page. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. You can listen to the show on most popular platforms, including iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, Amazon Music, Pandora, and YouTube. Without your continued support, it would be just some guys talking wrestling, which is pretty much what it is anyway. Good night, folks.
So Hillary got the job at Watertown. That's what that whole
Nice.
thing was about. But the problem
Very
is
cool.
that A, it was less than she anticipated.
Oh.
B, she called like 3 times and I hit decline. But she's also out at the beach with her mom and her sister. And I was like, something happened to her mom. Like that she called 3 times in a row. And I was like, fuck.
Oh.
So I answered. She's like, hey, I got the job. I go, hey, I'm doing the podcast.
Fuck is wrong with you?
She goes, oh my God, I forgot. I go, I know. I know. This is almost probably like a non-wrestling topic, but I'm kind of curious about for yourself here. How anal are you about your glasses?
Well, these are just blue blockers. I don't wear glasses. I just wear these when I'm staring at my computer screen for an extended period of time.
All right. I have a fucking problem.
Yeah, telling me.
I know, we've been doing this show for a long time.
I got a problem, too.
First of all, by the way, speaking of, I liked your description a couple years ago. You know, for a show that's been going for 6.5 years, you'd figure we'd be able to get our show together. We can't. No, but I am a fucking prick when it comes to smudges on my glasses.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I don't like people touching my glasses.
Yeah.
I think I've told you a stripper took them off one time, put it on her nipple, and I almost headbutted her in the fucking club. Yeah. She was like, I was like, well, you're no longer attractive. Not that you were before, but it is a Tuesday afternoon.
Hey, I was going to say, at least you didn't lactate on them.
Oh, I can't wait to get to that. Give me 1 second. Just gotta grab one thing here. Jesus Christ.
Hey, and FYI, I could hear your prostate massager in the mic.
You were hearing it the whole time?